I did my project on Dmitri Mendeleev, father of the periodic table. He was born on February 8, 1834, in the Russian province of Serbia. He may have had as many as 16 brothers and sisters. His father went blind, and his mother reopened an old glass factory to make money for the family. His father died when he was 13, and the glass factory burned down soon after. Mendeleev went to St. Petersburg and found a place at the same university his father went to, where he trained to be a teacher. When he was 20, he got tuberculosis and had to work from bed. He still graduated at the top of his class. When he turned 21, he got a teaching job in Crimea, but then returned to St. Petersburg. He received his master's degree in chemistry in 1856. He spent some time in Heidelberg, Germany with Robert Bunsen. Bunsen and his partner introduced Mendeleev to chemical spectroscopy, a new method they used to find elements. Mendeleev attended the first ever chemistry conference in Karlsruhe, Germany, in 1860. This conference was a big step in Mendeleev's process toward his greatest achievement. At this conference, they determined they needed a standard method for determining weights of atoms. He returned home with excitement and worry because he was beginning to think Russia was falling behind Germany in the field of chemistry. When he returned home, he wrote a textbook called Organic Chemistry and became head of the chemistry department at the University of St. Petersburg. He produced another book, The Principles of Chemistry, which was used throughout Europe as well. Mendeleev was a great chemist and teacher, but he has one work that stands above everything else he achieved. Dmitri Mendeleev knew that the most important part of chemistry was the elements. He wrote down all 65 elements that they knew about on index cards. He saw that the atomic weight was important to the characteristics of each element. He fell asleep that night after having moved the cards around for about an hour. He woke up in a flash with the image in his head. In a dream, I saw a table where all the elements fell into place as required. Awakening, I immediately wrote it down on a piece of paper, he later said. The periodic table was a major breakthrough for chemistry. With his new periodic table, Mendeleev deducted that some of the elements must have had the wrong atomic masses due to how they were behaving. He predicted 8 new elements and even the properties they would have. As the elements he predicted were found with the properties he said they would have, that increased his reputation as a chemist, and received the Copley Award, which is the highest award of the British Royal Society. The periodic table is the most important chemistry reference. The table arranges the elements in an organized way in order of increasing atomic number, which goes with atomic mass. Scientists can use the periodic table to determine how many atoms there are in a 1 kilometer block of that element based on its atomic mass, which can be seen on the table. People can also gain information by observing how the table is put together. Using the position of the element on the periodic table, one can determine the amount of electrons in the outermost shells. In the pictures in the above, we see his first sketch of the periodic table. In the top right, his first published periodic table in 1869. The bottom right is the table in 1898 with the addition of radium. He died in St. Petersburg on February 2, 1907. He was killed by the influenza. And this concludes my project on Dmitri Mendeleev and his periodic table.